Yippee,
Cool.
yippee.
Sorry, I was a bit
Let's
late.
move.
You're
Alright.
fine, Pookie.
So, did anyone have any last business before setting off?
I mean, as we go, I would have stuff to say, but before setting off, no.
No. In that case, Heron provides you with security access codes. They aren't incredibly high clearance, but they do grant you access to one of the main spinal lifts. Getting inside, you can see that it has primarily been heavily graffitied numerous times over. Most of the words are illegible, but most do appear to be insults angled directly towards Anval Broadcasting. Amongst them you can see the likes of messages such as Anval ruined us and then left. Where are they now? Amongst ones which are slightly more derogatory. And the lift slowly descends through the numerous levels of the city. Beyond the windows, you can see the districts shift and change. From the interconnected spires, you move gradually down. First through street level, then through life support, and then further down. The counter on the lift reads Research and Development as you begin to reach the floor with the water processing plant.
So, two things. We have exactly 2 trump cards when we do encounter this scourged guy. One, we have a bargaining chip. We have the codes and evidence from those drones that use the chemicals directly from the scientist he's attempting to find. And if he wants them, and it seems that he's willing to risk a lot trying to get into that facility to attempt to find evidence on them, we can come up to an agreement. And if that does not work, we could try to bargain another way. And he
Kick his
hands
ass.
my methods are a little different, but that is the third way if we don't manage either of them. And he tugs at the badge he has, which has the detailed, strange-looking eye, and just kind of waves it, just like a VIP badge.
What does the badge? What do you have a picture of the badge or a reference to the badge?
I do, and it's on
Let
him.
me see if on. Yeah, it would be on him, wouldn't it? But let me. I'm going to scroll up quick. Scroll up, scroll up, scroll up. Oh, the VIP staff. Yes.
Yeah.
I see.
I scrolled up and saw one, and it says, "I am not a robot," and I was like, "That's definitely the wrong one."
It's both
Oh,
on
yeah.
his uniform and on the badge.
Oh yeah, of course. Do I recognise the symbol?
You most certainly would, yes.
What is it? What is it? Is it Osiris?
It's the sigil of the Osiris estate.
Okay, yeah. So full-time. So Yuri's like already an employee of the Osiris estate.
That would be the inference, unless he's murdered one and taken their uniform.
No comment. No comment. No, I don't need to make a comment. Yeah, I think Annie would just be rolling back and forth on her heels as the lift goes down. Not really saying much.
Eventually, the lift reaches its destination. Here you are far from natural light. The weak star that hangs above Proxima does not penetrate this low. There are too many levels of the city above you. Around, the buildings appear to lie in predominant ruin. This section of the city has evidently been, although not ruined deliberately, simply allowed to fall into ruin. And unlike so much of the city above, which harbours the more regular life of citizens largely freed from corporate control, the remnants of the buildings here display the clear iconography of Anval Broadcasting. The orange and crimson, and the banner of the extended radar dish. But all now, for the moment, is quiet. It doesn't even appear that any vagrants or wasters have made their way down here.
I feel like, and correct me if you think this is wrong, but I feel like Annie would have been down here at some point. It's the kind of place where bounties would probably hide. Or should we need to track someone down here? Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like she would have been here.
No, I'd say you definitely have been down here a couple of times and in a few different respects.
Okay.
The bounties are one, but also sometimes children come down here. They're small enough to break through the vents.
Yeah.
And there's a whole city to explore down here. A lost one below the original.
Would I remember any landmarks? Do we know do we have the coordinates of where they are, or do we have to find?
You do have the
log?
exact coordinates.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay,
It's just a
that's
matter
fine.
of basically getting to it.
Sure. But yeah, do I remember any landmarks or routes, that sort of thing?
There are a few different routes. Collapsed buildings make navigation difficult here, but there are a few key landmarks that you can pick out amongst the old research and development buildings. Namely, old labs. These are Anval facilities, which were evacuated hastily. There used to be a pretty big business for diving into them for scraps. Although it's now assumed that most of them are picked clean of anything that could be useful. The primary landmark, however, is something that most people simply refer to as the Dome. It's in the relative centre of the research and development district. And so far, there is no one you know of that has been able to breach it. It is a colossal concrete bunker, by all accounts, with a large domed roof and entrances marked with what appears to be heavy machine gun fortifications. The wearing on its exterior indicates that, at some point, it was exposed to the elements, although now it is sealed so deep below the skin of the city that the wind, the rain, and the sun never reach it. Although there is no Anval propaganda on that particular building. The route to the water treatment plant would be roughly around the front of it and then to effectively the east.
I think, like, I think Annie would take the lead in terms like leading the group with this knowledge.
Yeah.
Come on, this way. Do 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 do.
Have you been here before?
Yeah. It's funny how often my work brought me down here. Place still scares the bejesus out of me.
The Anvil facility? Or just generally down here?
Just down here, there was bounties would come down here. Sometimes kids would explore, and there was a bunch of labs that got raided of all their supplies. But I think it's pretty much a ghost town now.
Some are using it to their advantage, then it seems. Let's try not to make too much noise.
Agreed.
Vincent,
Mm.
could you roll a quick combat check for me, please?
Oh, let's go.
I would say happily, but I also in second.
Can I
On
not,
that
please?
shit. Oh, 51, that's a pass.
Yippee!
You are being followed.
Oh.
Oh,
Would I have any sense of like from whereabouts? Maybe obviously behind us, but like any specific pinpointing reference, or just the sense of there is someone else here?
Each time you glance back at them, attempting to somewhat surreptitiously gain a view of whoever they might be, they seem to duck into nearby ruins. They seem to have a pretty good understanding of where the best hiding spots are, as they seem to find one incredibly quickly each time. Mostly, you can make out that they are clad in some kind of protective suit. Looks like a semi-cross between a hazmat and a void suit.
I think the most he'd do is just like unclip the holster of his gun, not like drawing it, but having it ready to be drawn, and then he'd probably like say, "Oh my god, no brain, not now."
Funny thing to say.
Let me look.
Are you okay, Vince?
My brain just went completely blank for a second, but I think.
I have that like about 12 times per day.
Oh, all right. And you wouldn't happen to have any friends who know this place as well as you do? And he sort of is visibly looking behind every so often.
Friends?
Someone who clearly knows places to hide, and he is kind of indicating that there is likely someone following us by asking that.
I mean, it could be anyone.
Further details? And he's like hand resting on the holster.
I think Annie's just gonna like turn around to like face where they're coming from, both hands on hips, and just sighs. You might as well come out. We know you're following us.
There's a quiet scrabble from the wreckage. And then someone steps out from the rubble. They're holding their hands above their heads. And I will give you a general reference of what
Plus, this
they look.
motherfucker replied to the lizard man, I'm firing. I swear to God.
What was that, sorry?
If I see you put a little bullet point reply to the lizard man, the evil, scary man from the roof,
The scary man.
I'm tweaking. Okay.
Got a scav.
Sick design though. Damn. Got a jamming grenade and everything.
Badass.
They don't have their hands up or anything. They're looking directly at you.
Vincent's in like a Western draw stance, like ready to, like not aiming, but trying to look like he's ready to aim if anything happens. Well,
You just bored, or
With what?
life down here, I guess? Got nothing better to do.
track us.
Not many people down here. Not many people anymore.
Yeah, well, you just go back on to whatever it was you were doing, and we're just gonna keep going. Please stop following us.
What do his clothes look like? Does he look like he's just kind of like? Do they have any symbols on them or anything that would indicate that he is part of something, or is he just like a guy?
Just a little
The
guy.
guy. Just a guy.
Can you roll me a speed check, please?
Or...
Alright.
Oh, that's a 20, a clean one that passes.
Okay. He
Oh,
moves to
we-
cover it pretty quickly, and it is difficult to tell from his outfit. But you do notice that there is an unvol patch on his uniform. Although it's been patched together so many times that it's difficult to tell if it's an original patch or just part of something that he's spliced into the suit.
He can have information.
What are you saying that in character? Or?
He's saying that in character, but quietly, more towards Vincent, because I feel like he'd be closer to him than Annie.
Vincent would probably hear that and I don't think what he's gonna do. Very indecisive right now.
So where are you folks headed?
Why do you care? Not many people down here.
Not many people down here. Not anymore.
Are you a fucking parrot? Or what? It's none of your business, really. I was trying to be kind by saying, stop following us, just fucking stop. We're gonna keep going. You go off to wherever you need to be. We don't have time for this.
Does he look like he has any long-distance weapons or any guns on him?
He looks like he has what is a tool belt. It's difficult to see what exactly is on there, but it looks like maybe a tool knife. No obvious firearms, though. So where are you folks headed?
Fuck's sake. I think Annie's just gonna turn and keep walking.
Wait,
I was gonna say Vincent's gonna shout
Sora will
back.
take her wrist. What if he's hurt?
And
No.
she's just gonna mutter under her breath, "He will be hurt in a minute." Fine. Quickly though,
Or-
I don't like being down here.
Who are you?
Sora
Many
will
people down
stop.
here. Not anymore.
I think at that, Vincent's gonna hold his hand out, like saying, "I want to not, do not go towards him."
He takes a
Sora
step
will
gonna-
forward.
frown.
Vincent's gonna like hand on his pistol now. What's the gas mask for?
If he's hit his head, then he might be, I don't know, in trouble. She'll take a step.
Answer the question.
He twitches.
And he's gonna where like Sora grabbed her wrist to like pull her back. She's gonna like switch the grip and like grab Sora's wrist to stop her from going closer
She'll,
as this guy twitches.
she'll oblige.
And she's just gonna give her a kind of look, like a no.
Yuri's gonna pull out the rifle he's taken and aim it directly at his head.
So where are you people headed?
Drop your weapons.
Down here anymore?
Okay, no, no, there's a bit.
Something's
If he
wrong
takes
with
another
this
step,
dude.
Vincent would yell, "Not another step forward!" And then he'd pull out his gun and start aiming at him as well.
Not here anymore.
We can't always solve things with violence, guys.
There's not something
Something's
to help this
clearly
time
wrong
round.
with him.
Yes, he could be hurt. There's multiple
He's
things
a
that could be wrong with him.
scientist from Anvil. There's a patch.
I mean, he could have just found. There's got to be loads of those uniforms around here. Maybe it's just what he's wearing.
What's the gas mask for? You heard the question.
He's not gonna answer.
Everyone tells me it's not even he.
You think that might be something.
I've already seen. We've seen something already.
Where are you headed?
Folks, headed.
Shoot his leg.
He's gonna like glance at Yuri.
Just- Be careful of the noise.
Then maybe don't shoot his leg. We need to find out what's wrong. We can't just leave. This guy's weird.
Shooting his leg is going to do that.
He will stop walking. We can safely extract information. I don't know.
Just yeah. Oh fuck. Is gonna step forward, swing Sora kind of back behind her, and she's gonna pull her whip, well, her lasso, and attempt to like wrap it around him and pull him to the ground.
I genuinely thought you were going to say I swing Sora there.
Just
I was gonna say it.
get him, Snake.
Is there such thing as like not rolling insight, but if like military training intellect, could I roll like a what would be the best like sort of instinctual military response to this sort of situation? Maybe?
Yeah, I mean,
Sort
it
of
would
like-
be the answer of like what your training has told you to do.
Yeah, what the gut is telling right now on why is this broken record guy?
I'm gonna roll for
And what
something
is his
else
deal?
after you, if I
Alright.
can.
I'm gonna do that. That's a 48 to
Be
Oh,
out.
25! He is succeeding today.
Okay.
Yippee.
Slay!
Combat or for the lasso.
Yeah, it would be combat. I'll get to that in just a moment, just because
Sure.
this is something thinky
Ooh.
first.
Thinky.
Yeah. Vincent, training says if they've repeatedly refused your order, put them down. Maybe not permanently put them down, but put them down.
Well, my advice was correct. I'm no better than you, Army Man.
I think before taking the shot, he'd say, "Annie, what's wrong with the noise?"
Just, it's too quiet down here. If there is anyone bad down here, and I'm not saying that this guy isn't bad, we'd be drawing him right to us. I thought Yuri, you said we needed to stay quiet.
It's true, I did say that. Can I roll for any parasites, illnesses, chemicals, or anything that I know of scientifically that could be affecting his brain right now to do that?
Yeah, can I do the same, please?
Yes. Go ahead,
Can I
both of you.
medicine?
Is it just intellect for me?
Field medicine?
For you, yeah. Yeah, field medicine would work.
Oh, slay!
Slay! Slay your enemies!
Slay your enemies!
That is a 5!
That is a 34, but it is a pass. A good pass.
Okay, Yuri,
Insane.
you know of a lot of things. There's a number of parasites that have been discovered. There are a number of drugs that can elicit this kind of response. Some of your fellow employees were often on them because they are performance enhancers, which tend to have adverse side effects. This one, however, it's difficult to pinpoint exactly which one he might be on. It's something that you need to diagnose when someone is not wearing a gas mask to obscure their eyes, face, and this person doesn't even have any of their skin showing. Sora, pretty much the same thing, largely.
Okay.
There's a lot of different chemical compounds that can addle the brain. Combat stims, even. But, again, it's something that you need to diagnose more directly. And, sorry, Phoebes, what was the combat roll in the end?
Oh, I didn't roll it. I was just waiting. Athletics, or can I do hand-to-hand combat for that one?
Yes.
Cool. That was a 64, which is pretty high. I got a 61.
Ooh.
So just pass.
So, where are you aiming for with the lasso?
Like, center mass with an aim for it to round, like, his waist and, like, legs. So that he kind of topples over. They topple over.
Got you. So that you hit the lasso, it whips around their waist, and I'm assuming you pull it tight?
Yep, pull it tight and yank over to make him topple.
It goes in too much.
Ugh.
The moment that you feel the tug being when it's finally taut happens far after when you would expect.
Ew. Kill it.
And whatever is inside is thin enough that while it does not wriggle out of the lasso, when it does come to the ground, you feel a disturbing amount of slack.
Ew. That is not a human. That is definitely not a human.
So where are you folks headed?
I'm gonna walk over carefully.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna attempt to take off the gas mask.
Wait, let me do it. Your hand is human.
Alright. She'll step back.
Sort of follow close behind and train the gun on it the whole time.
He's gonna try to rip off the mask carefully.
And he's gonna very gently, because you can see how squishy this guy, literally how squishy this guy is, she's gonna very gently put a boot on their back, so they can't move, they can't, like, try and wriggle away.
We're so dead.
Were you trying to
We're so
remove the
cooked,
helmet,
guys.
Yuri? Got you. Could I get a strength check, please?
Oh.
Oh.
Wait, you're pretty strong, right?
From who? From me?
Yes, please.
You're
Okay.
taking off the
I'm pretty
mail.
strong. Yeah. 19. I'm scared for the time to roll. I'm scared at this point. I've been rolling too good today.
Yeah, me too. I'm genuinely worried. When are the bad ones coming?
It's an uncomfortable sensation. You get the neck ring undone, pretty simply. But the mask does not come away. It takes a good amount of pulling and twisting, but eventually it does rip free. And when it does, a large amount of liquid spills out from inside the suit.
Ew.
It's
Ooh.
What kind of
Crimson.
liquid? Oh,
grey
okay.
and blue,
Ugh. Ugh.
but you don't see much that is physical. The human within, if it even really is that, is wizened, necrotized.
Do I know what that is?
It's rotten.
Ooh. Oh, no.
Have I ever seen or heard of something like this? Or could I decipher what that could be? Like in some parasite or alien or whatever that could have been?
From an initial pure observation, you would have to say that potentially it's something in the liquid, but that's draining away quite quickly. But it is as you remove the helmet that you also hear that the earpiece is on and is currently broadcasting.
Oh no.
Oh no.
It's the fucking.
Animals.
What is it
Terrible
broadcasting?
It's what we're hearing. It's gonna be the fucking.
The bad
If I
guy.
take the earpiece and like bring it
It's
up,
the one from the ship. It's the one from the
like,
ship.
what does it say?
Yeah,
Oh my
there
God.
it is.
Oh god!
It's that one. Is the liquid moving? Like, as a normal liquid? Is it literally just seeping away, or is it moving unnaturally?
It's seeping. It does not appear to be moving unnaturally.
Oh, thank God.
This
Did I
is
collect a
genuinely
sample of that?
horrifying. Can I just say, fucking brilliant horror.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is cool.
Yeah.
Give me that, Yuri. You have the. Wait, do you have the earpiece?
Yeah. It's gonna
Give it.
look if it doesn't have any liquid on it.
It was in the helmet, so it's wet.
Oh,
Ew.
just listen
Do
to him
not
like a listen.
touch it. And he's gonna bring it closer, but not too close.
Just throw it down there. She said, like, gesturing to the ground.
He's gonna drop it.
Throw it. I'm just gonna stamp on it. Just stamp, 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 stamp.
This is
Can
wrong.
I? Sora will slowly step forward with a wince on her face. Can she determine like how long he's been dead?
It's waterlogged. So it's difficult to tell. But can I get a field medicine check from you, please?
Yes. Yes, you can. That is a 46 pass.
Again, difficult to tell, but not impossible. You would say potentially a few months.
Jesus.
Oh,
It smells real bad.
yeah. You think?
Nobody touch that stuff.
I was say Vince is probably like holding a hand out again and it's like sort of backing off, suggesting everyone to step back a little bit.
I don't
Yuri's
know.
I
gonna
think-
lean down.
I think we should go.
I think this is interesting.
He's been dead for months. This is not
Normal?
possible.
Yeah, I think.
Nothing on this planet's normal at this point.
I want to take a little test tube and take a sample of the liquid
Doki?
Nice.
and cork it and keep it. Making sure nothing is on the outside, because you.
You would notice something as you cork it, which is that the blue flecks within the otherwise red and amber liquid don't move with the rest of the liquid. They seem to cycle upwards instead of downwards, as if working deliberately against the forces of gravity.
Lava lamp. Put
Whatever
that in your
that
room,
is.
Yuri.
Lava lamp, human being. Amazing.
Ew, I hate all of you. I hate that. Oh.
If-
Be a
if
nice
the guy was
mood,
wearing, like,
a nice
suit or
mood setter for your bunk, Yuri.
something.
Welcome to my shag shack. Have you seen my human lava lamp?
My shag is fucking insane.
Fresh from the back rooms.
I love it.
Oh my god.
Oh
I
man.
reckon whatever that was, the thing was moving. It was the blue stuff in the liquid. Maybe some kind of parasite or something. The earpiece, though, I wouldn't be too worried about it. I mean, it's broadcasting everywhere. Whatever that weird shit is, it likely has nothing to do with the guy.
Nothing to do with the guy, but it's important in some way.
I doubt it. He's dead. And,
Like a parasite controls. It's like a fungi. It's
thinking about it, you're right.
Like a fungi?
The code at the ship, the stuff that Ethel found that grows in the technology, it might have something to do with the code. You think this is something like this? That affects people rather than technology?
maybe, but it could have an effect on both. I couldn't know.
I sure hope it's not too contagious then.
Which is all the more reason to fucking get out of here.
Yeah, let's keep moving. I think we've seen enough here.
I want to glance over the guy, and he's still like kind of leaning down. On him, does it look like he has anything that would be from Anvil or anything on his belt? If he kind of looks around a little bit.
Closer examination shows that this is indeed an Anvil broadcasting uniform. It has been repaired numerous times over. However, the base is Anvil through and through. Checking his pockets, you do find a Anvil broadcasting maintenance keycard.
Ooh. He's gonna pocket that and then stand up and start to walk towards the others.
We'll probably continue moving. Vincent's got a new pair of eyes on the back of his head. Wow.
Wow.
What a fun little mutation.
Thank you, strange liquid man.
Big ups, little man.
Just noticed
Thank
I
you for
dropped
this
his
new
highlight.
and very relevant information that I'm gonna forget in 5 minutes. Cool. Yippee.
Moving on.
How close are we to our destination, Annie?
How close are we to our destination, Jim?
How close are we to our destination, Sora? No,
You don't ask me. I swear to God.
We are literally there right now. Thank
yes,
you.
you are actually correct.
Hey, let's go!
Gosh.
She fucking does it
Do-
again.
Arrive at the pumping station. It's a pretty large complex that you are at street level arriving at the top of. However, due to the sort of tiered nature of the city, you can see that the level you are on peters away around the facility and it goes down a considerable distance, presumably down into the crust itself to siphon water. It is predominantly a butchered concrete block of a building, clearly designed far more for functionality than it is for any aesthetic appearance. Although the veritable crown of pipes rising from it to the districts below, or rising from it to the lower sections of the districts above, is quite an impressive sight.
I don't think
You can also-
right. Nope.
You can also tell from the noise that it is still running.
We're here.
What do we do? Do we go in unprepared, or I mean, we could
Maybe-
send the drone, but I don't know how safe or smart that is.
Well, assuming from the fact Lark is here, I'm assuming we'll meet them before we meet Scorst, so shouldn't have too much of a worry.
Proceed with caution, I think. But
Let's hope
proceed
so.
nonetheless.
Meet some walking corpses.
Don't remind me.
Cloaked friends or living shadows. He sort of does an eye roll at that and reaches for the door.
The door's open.
Walks through the door.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit. Hello. Hello.
But it is permanently open. It's been breached with a charge.
Hmm.
Bobo Club. Sorry.
Going Lark.
Whatever.
Steps through.
Maybe we should send a drone.
Well, if they're doors, I don't think drones can open doors. But it seems that people didn't need to open doors that came in here a minute ago.
So they made their own.
Is it dark? What's in there?
Yeah, what's it
What's
looking
in there? What can we see?
Looking into the main room, it appears to be some kind of atrium. The main thing that you can see from where you're standing is that there is what looks like a large fountain in the center of the room. It depicts a humanoid figure holding a globe, but it doesn't look as if there's any water running out of it.
Globe figure. Yippee!
Other than
That's
that, there's a few entrance desks, what looks like a basic reception area, and some benches for waiting. But mostly it's just a statue.
Is there any
And then
sign of like?
doors leading deeper.
Is there any sign of like Lark's team coming through? Like, there's obviously explosion on the entries. So is there any sign of progression from that?
Not from where you're standing.
Hmm. Is there a place I can stand to get that?
You could go inside.
I thought you had to go inside.
Oh no, I thought you were just looking through the main door.
I'm ready to go inside now then.
Okay, cool.
He's locked in.
Is
I'm fully
everyone
under the
going in?
assumption that this was Lark.
No, I think
did
Sora will kind of just stay slightly outside. She'll go in once it's clear, but she's not gonna put herself in danger.
So, entering, Vincent, You do indeed see that it looks as if Lark's team has been here. Lark herself stands up as you enter the chamber from behind one of the reception counters. And immediately upon seeing you, makes a mime as if she's just been shot in the chest again. And then gives you a thumbs up.
What?
Wait, shot. Oh, is it like
You
a?
shot
oh,
her.
you're. No, I was assuming that's what it was. You would just, you sort of give like a very blank stare back, like, oh, okay, right, and then you just look back to everyone else and say, "Lark's here, we're in the clear. Let's go." You'd like
Yeah, I'll follow in.
gesture everyone in.
Obviously, proceed.
Well,
Yeah.
fancy meeting you lot down here.
Small world, he sort of says jokingly.
Did you encounter those freaky men that we did?
You're gonna have to give me a bit more to go on than that.
Never mind then.
What is the holdup? Why are you still here? Have you not found who you're looking for?
Scorched. He's deeper. That's what I'm pretty sure of. The only problem
Deeper in your
is...
mum's pussy.
Oh my days.
Sorry, I've been waiting. There's been so many that I wanted to say. I've waited. I've held off, but no longer.
Fair play, fair play.
Sorry.
And why?
You don't see that in character, do you?
No.
Okay.
Imagine.
No. Could you imagine?
And he's the
someone
only
just
one who would say
breaks-
that in character, I reckon.
Breaks character and just goes deeper in your mum's pussy, and then just leaves.
I'm out, bitches.
That's how she moves the
Mercy,
campaign.
Maddykins will pick him up and then never come back.
Yeah, for real.
Why haven't you gone deeper then?
Well, we've been struggling to get any deeper because it looks like someone has locked us out. She indicates the main doors.
Scorched?
Scorched or whoever was following him when I first observed the facility.
Alright.
I sent the rest of my team to maintain a perimeter. While I don't know who's giving chase to Scorched, I do know that he's able to handle himself. So my main plan was to stop anyone else getting in.
Well, lucky for you, we're here now and we need to find him as well, so we can do that.
Heron sent us.
I'm sure she did. Scorched, I don't know how much she's told you, but he's
A douche?
important.
Oh. My bad.
And important people can pull a lot of weight in a city like this.
I know that all too well.
Basically, we need him for different
Alive.
reasons. Yes, ideally. Heron needs him because she needs access to the planetary governors. She needs orders on what we do next. And you, I'm assuming, need him to get into the other districts.
Something like that.
That was one
That
thing he
was
was
the
always
plan.
good at. Holding all the keys everyone else needed.
Great. I'll get the keys. How many people have you seen follow him? What kind of people? People? He raises an eyebrow.
Assuming people. I didn't see too much of them. but they looked armed and armored. Not a militia, but certainly people more well-equipped than I was expecting. And they've got a whole lot more than this. And she holds up her stun baton.
Did you see how they were armed? Like the details of their armor, maybe general builds of the people?
That was the strange thing. It wasn't a uniform, not like Skorst's. He has his own security force with him now. These ones, though, they weren't wearing scraps, but they looked like half their equipment was scrounged. Some of it looked like Unval stuff. Others might have been shipped in from off-world. I'd say basic tactical ballistic gear. Probably some rifles.
And so the kind of theory is advanced raiders, scavengers by the sounds of it.
Don't know. I've seen raiders move. It's disorderly, to say the least. It's a smash and grab for any resources they can grab, or prisoners they can sell for a ransom. These people, they were moving in formation, if a messy one.
Hence the advanced. He sort of looks towards, like, what direction? Is that like a team, like, waiting by the locked door? Or is it?
There
What's
isn't.
the
She said meet the perimeter.
Ah, okay.
But there is someone else that you would have noticed just enter the room from the main entrance. And they are... I can't find a very good picture of it.
What I'm saying is, if they're wearing a gas mask, it's not going to end well for them.
Oh, is this picture going to load? No, okay. Ah, here we are. This would be their general vibe.
Ooh.
Minus the rifle.
No, well, that's a relief.
If they're on our team, not for us.
Yeah, they are wearing the same security breastplate as Lark.
No.
Right, okay.
They do also look to be around the same height as her.
Vincent's
How
already
tall
told
is
this.
Lark?
Tall.
What? Yeah,
How
she's
tall is
about
she?
7 foot tall. She's insane.
Whoa!
Yeah.
I forgot about
Lark is muscle mummy.
Vince is gonna like
Yeah,
have a
mummy.
little eye dart between the two, and then just continue.
Feeling
Can you
short
come
here,
out?
and he's 5'10".
Short ass. The newcomer hand signals something to Lark. And she nods, before returning a gesture. Okay. Perimeter secured by the looks of things.
How large is that perimeter? Because we've just met somebody not too far from here.
The building. I'm not
Oh.
quarantining a district with 11 people.
Fair enough.
Sounds like it's time to get to work then.
Well,
Hmm?
all we can do is try keeping Skorst alive if he is still.
Well, when I saw him enter, he looked to be in relatively high spirits. He was in his full ballistic gear and flanked by an armament of at least 6 men with guns. So even if he was pursued in here, I'm willing to bet he's got one of his off-world battalions with him.
Better for us.
Better or worse? What are the odds of them shooting at us?
Depends how jittery they've gotten.
This guy doesn't. Scorse doesn't know us at all. I'd say the likelihood is pretty high.
If they're smart, they won't shoot. As long as we don't provoke.
Maybe help them with these renegades. And a favor.
If all else fails, you can try one of these. She effectively just rips one of the security patches off her uniform. Appears to just be velcroed on, and just hands it to Vincent.
Take it.
Thanks to for us.
He's going to treat it more like a police badge rather than sticking it anywhere, so he's going to pop it in his pocket and then just
Homicide!
flash it.
Yeah.
One of the good ones. Any other information you can tell us before we set off?
Well, there's one thing. I did catch one of the renegades, as you so put it. But he, well, didn't make it. And she points towards the fountain.
I want to go over.
Have a look from where we are.
Yeah, there's a body just lying in the water.
Oh, lovely.
When you say didn't make it, do you mean he didn't make it because of you, or he chose to not make it?
She looks a little guilty for a moment. I didn't...
No, it's...
Things have been hard down here. You can see he's wielding what appears to be a serrated saw as a weapon. He came at me with that, and I hit him with this. She gestures to the stun baton. And then he landed in the water. And, she ignites the tip of the baton.
Yeah. Yeah.
It wasn't deliberate.
But you did what you have to do anyways. It's fine. I was more trying to gauge if people were up against keeping information, you know. If he chose to not come back, then, you know.
I haven't had a chance to search him yet. He might still have something on him.
Sounds like a
What
starting
I
point.
want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Start heading over towards him.
Got you. The individual in the fountain appears to be dressed in, as Lark said, a fairly ruinous mixture of equipment. It looks scavenged and salvaged, but not quite as dented and ruinous as the liquid boy that you saw earlier. There is at least an attempt in this case to create something of a uniform, but it is very much crafted. The helmet that the individual is wearing appears to have been formed to look as close to a human skull as possible, albeit with wings emerging from either side of the main headpiece, giving it an almost angelic visage. And yet, at the same time, the skill with which it has been made is questionable at best. You can only vaguely tell that it's a skull.
Could I assume, or like, I don't know if this would need a roll or not, but like, I'm going under the assumption that this is like some sort of rebellion sort of get up, like organized but not official. I don't know if that's anything I
You
could
could
like.
assume that, yeah,
Yeah, that's
from
probably
having
what
seen similar-ish equipment before in the past.
I think
You
it's
know,
over
when-
to say that. Just say likely rebellion.
Oh, Lex only just got back.
Oh, have you been listening? Or okay. Dead guy in water that has been there for a while. We're searching. No. It's one of the evil men. No, it was Lark. Lark got him, and now we're searching.
No.
These are two separate situations right now. Don't worry. Felt like we would have seen immediately if it was right, Dylan.
I'm not saying anything.
Oh,
He is in a
mate.
fountain.
Yeah.
A fountain
Yeah.
that's
I wanna
not
search.
currently running.
I wanna search the body. I went over there for that exact reason before Vincent came over. So.
Yeah.
I think he's more doing
Okey-dokey.
like a surface level look over, like what he looks like, rather than checking. That's your
Yeah.
job, friend.
So, Yuri, you begin to look through the corpse's belongings. They aren't armed very well. Their saw, that they appear to be using as a proto-sword, isn't very well upkept. They have several rounds of kinetic ammunition in their pockets, but no actual weapon. And then in what is effectively their left breast pocket, just above where their heart would be, there is what you can only identify as a waterlogged prayer book.
Oh. What kind? Is it smudged, or can I decipher what it is? Like.
The inside is pretty ruined, but you can see the word that's emblazoned, or rather carved, into the leather front cover.
What does it say?
Bro felt shame after that one.
It's like a verbal post-nut clarity.
Exactly. I love that mod. I'm
Have I heard of that word before?
It's a word.
just base definition.
Is it like, yeah.
I'm assuming we don't know any other context aside from obvious
Other than it being the elevation of someone to divine status. Thank you, Oxford Languages.
But like, does
Um,
it mean anything? Like, is there any books like that or themes like that?
As in setting?
Yeah.
Nothing specific. It's a sort of relatively uncommon term. People aren't talking about apotheosis much anymore.
I don't think anyone does today either, so that's
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, it's a religious term, you can tell that much, which
Okay.
is relatively uncommon amongst a lot of communities, but there is still faith. Quite a few of them, actually.
Are you actively like showing everyone that, or are you just looking at it?
He's just kind of looking at it. He probably like put it on the side of the fountain.
I reckon Minter would like have a look, just like sort of glancing over everything. Okay, so cult.
be able to be there with them?
Yeah.
Yeah, she'll sigh slightly. Usually when people think they're going to die, they tend to go to the first thing that gives them some sort of peace. Maybe he clung to this.
I don't think he had much time to think. He's not liquid, right?
He's still wearing his helmet, but he does appear to be in liquid, but he is not full of. Well, he is also full of liquid, but
I want to take off the
Just
helmet.
fried.
yeah, underneath, charred. He's slightly charred. Sora, you'd probably be able to tell he has died of pretty severe cardiac arrest due
Okay.
to significant electric shock.
Oh.
Yeah.
She winces.
No, he's not liquid. That's good.
Yes, but if he was living down here with those
Yes.
whatever those things are, then it must have been a lot of. He must have been scared.
Well, a bunch of them are targeting the person we currently need to keep alive, so better them than us.
I'm not. Of course, that's true, but all I'm saying is it's not a cult, or we shouldn't rule it as one just yet.
There are far
Vincent's gonna
worse
roll
cults
his eyes.
out there. We don't know until we find another body with the exact same book. Then it might be a cult.
Still as our only reference point, we should assume the worst.
Whatever it is, they're not friendly, so we should hurry
It's the
probably.
cult.
Not all cults are not friendly. Some of them mind their business.
Well, an unfriendly religionist. So, oh god.
Oh, there are gunshots.
That was out of character.
Oh,
my
shit.
god. Oh my god.
What
Oh my
happened?
god. What's
What?
happening?
Give us
Everybody
narration
calm
right
down.
now.
Everybody panic.
Right now.
The sounds are coming from deeper in the facility.
Oh god.
It does kind of prove we should hurry.
I think it's time to get a move on.
Yeah.
Yep, Sora's gonna do a little jumpy step over to Annie.
Got you. So there's two main doors leading down into what looks like a sort of through staircase down to the next level. And one of them has been breached again, but it looks as if the breaching also caused the ceiling to collapse behind it, so it's more just a mess of rebar and concrete at the moment. The other door, however, is still sealed.
I mean, which way did the gunshots come from? Which one?
They should lead to the same place. They
Okay.
would both lead to just a staircase going down.
Okay.
The only reason there's two of them is because it's one on one side of the statue, the other on the other, just to make it
Oh.
look more impressive, seemingly.
Mm.
When you say sealed door, do you mean like sealed, or just a door that looks sealed?
It's a door that is closed.
Going towards the door that's breached, can I assess what breached it?
How much about explosives do you think Yuri knows?
I mean, he's not at all an expert, I'd say, but it could just be out of pure curiosity randomly.
Got you. I'd say you probably know enough to recognize that the scorching around the door indicates that there was a fairly heavy charge used. which would indicate whoever wanted to get through the door wanted to do it quickly and without giving anyone else on the other side time to hide, for instance.
Okay.
They also didn't feel like knocking.
These guys seem confident.
why.
We should go.
Is Locke coming with, by the way? Has Locke been following, or is Locke going to hold back?
She looks like she's mainly contemplating covering the entrance
Okay. That's fine.
to stop anyone else coming in.
Especially any liquid boys, God forbid.
I don't think she's come across those, so.
I wonder if a
Perhaps.
stun baton would be effective against that, considering it's a liquid.
What's that?
I wonder if a stun baton would be effective against liquid boy, considering
Mm.
the consistency.
It's liquid.
Yeah.
Burn them out.
Liquid.
They all start glowing, and it's a glowing lava lamp.
For fuck's sake.
Even better. We should test that.
No, let's not.
Let's
Please,
not.
let's not.
Yeah, you got the
Let's
test tube,
not-
man. You go for it.
Let's not piss off the people, please.
People in big quotation marks.
We go through door to stairs, following Vincent because he has
Go
gun.
through the
I also
stairs.
have gun, but I don't know how to use gun.
Yeah, no, he'd just go down the next
I
room.
really wish I had a gun.
Could
I'm sad
find
I don't
one.
have a gun. Yeah, I'll find one at some point. Not today, though, apparently.
Can has a gun that could be used by someone else.
Are you any good with that thing? She's gonna say to you.
Me? Oh, I have never shot one in my life.
Do you mind if
Have you-
maybe a little, yeah, more than you, probably.
He's gonna offer it to her.
Thanks. Have you got anything else to defend yourself with?
No, I don't fight,
Sora,
Okay.
per se.
Sora hears Annie asking Yuri that and starts looking around for metal pipes.
I fucking knew you were gonna
Find
say it.
metal
I was
pipes.
like, I swear to God, if pipes.
She's
think Annie
fucking
would-
good at that. It's fucking hilarious.
Step up into like step with
Jesus, what was
Vince.
that? What was that? What was that?
The metal
Must be more
pipes
commotion.
Sora's just found.
It was just the metal pipe sound.
Everybody's
Um,
yapping, and then you just hear that, and
Turn
Sora's
around.
just standing with the pipes.
One pipe on the floor, just like ready. Oh, okay.
What is?
Oh shit! Let's go.
Sorry.
I'll try and use this to defend y'all. She says, looking
Yeah.
at Yuri and Sora.
Good thing.
It's a rifle, right?
I'll give it to you in a second. Here, I'll send you.
Oh, thanks.
Scrap rifle, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Squap.
So,
Nice.
With-
Thank you.
the group beginning to make their way down into the facility. The sounds of sporadic gunfire radiating up from deeper in. Due to the time, that is where we're going to end things for today.
No.
Right.
Oh, Claw.
Delving into the deep.
Sorry.
Okay,
Ooh.
and saving again.
Wow, great episode.
Wow.
Yeah, I hope that was
Yeah.
alright.
Wow,
Yeah, it's good
very
fun.
much,
Half
very
cozy,
much.
half lava lamp.
I prefer the lava lamp. That shit, honestly, horrifying. 10 out of 10. I love the horror. The horror
Yeah, it was
is
sick.
the horror is hitting
Yeah.
so hard.
I can assume if Mark were here, Brew would have been like huge brained, done some newfangled chemistry stuff and figured out exactly what
Yeah.
it is immediately.
Yeah,
Because
100%.
that's just how he rolls.
Is it a liquid? Is it an alkaline or an acid?
Exactly. I can see. I can picture it.
I can hear
picture
him
it
in
so
my
clearly.
fucking head.
Is it viscous? Yeah.
Do it clap. Do it slosh.
Oh. Do
I
it
can't believe I'm
bubble.
destroying my own horror like this.
Yeah. Oh.
No, that's fucking hilarious. Because he would as well, you know. You can
He
hear
totally
it.
would. He totally
He's
would.
so bad. He's so bad at it. Like, it's so funny and it's like, he's genuinely so good, but it's just, quit it. You should hear
He's
the
bad
fucking
for it, but
shit.
good at it.
You should see the
That's
shit that comes out of his mouth sometimes. It's fucking insane. He's like,
just-
oh, Lexi, watch this video for me, and it's a fucking quadriplegic fucking triangle pentameter fucking stupid, and I'm like, why do you want me to watch this?
Oh god, the stuff he's been posting in
Yeah, I get like
the
3
Catacomb
times that.
server.
I get 3 times that shit. That man wants me to
Lol.
watch some. I mean, I do watch everything he sends me, but
Okay.
It's
like,
awful. I watch all of it.
yeah, but because it's kind of interesting, and I'm like, you like this, huh? And he's like, yeah.
for sure.
I'm like, I don't understand you.
4D visual. Okay, I'm seeing what you mean.
Yeah.
No, look at this now.
Sora being the moral compass of the group, the only one. I feel so bad for her.
Then again,
Hey,
That was
Annie
very
has
clearly
morals, mostly.
No.
sometimes.
On
When it's-
occasion, when
Question
she's feeling nice.
Also, I'm so funnily surprised that it took this long to acknowledge that Yuri is indeed an Osiris worker when he's been like fully dressed as one the whole time. It's never come up
Yeah.
until this point.
Yeah. But you know, it make like you know what, I just figured because it's the whole like, oh, they're like gathering up a group to go and do this thing. I just assumed
Yeah.
that, like everyone was like
That's the whole
outsourced.
point, yeah.
Yeah, freelanced.
And he's
Yeah.
like, yeah, actually, I have this corporate card, by the way, guys.
I said I did.
Oh, with his little corporate card. He's so cute.
I did mention in DMs, but I said I'm assuming those of us who are familiar with it would have picked that up and there's not
Yeah.
mentioned it.
Yeah,
Like, I
definitely.
feel like that's
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
goes
yeah.
without saying.
I mean, we're all working for them technically.
Yeah,
The second you see the uniform, you're like, oh yeah, that's the people.
we got a corpo on our hands.
The
One of
largest
those.
company to ever exist.
There's that symbol again.
Makes sense that at least one of us would actually be working for them if it's that big of a company.
Yeah.
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 Fair play, fair play.
It would be hilarious if Sora's dad ran it. Crazy.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh my god.
what a plot twist, bro! The leader called Mama, and it's actually just the dad. It's just like complete like left field. Oh,
Yeah. I mean, you would all know who runs Osiris.
it's like knowing who Steve Jobs is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. For
Just,
real.
you know, a lot scarier.
Mother. What's her name? Mother's.
Mother.
Mother.
Mama Matilda Mastrara.
Mama Matilda, yeah.
Mama Matilda.
Mama Matilda.
Mama, a girl behind you. Sorry. I'm just so filled with brain rot. It's so bad. It's so
Okay.
bad.
Terminal brain rot.
Someone put me down. Someone sedate me.
Date me.
Hold on,
Somebody
I'll get the thing I use for that.
Oh, I hope there's more metal pipes wherever we're going.
Yeah.
Vince
Maybe I
is
shouldn't-
sincerely
Annie never
not-
saw that. Annie never saw Sora
but-
like
Oh,
whooping
yeah.
ass with.
Sora told her. Sora was
Oh, yeah,
all over that
that's
shit.
true.
Sora was like,
Yeah, she kind of didn't believe her though a little bit. She was kind of like,
And
okay.
and
Vince
I bet
wishes he could-
since Vince wouldn't want Sora to say anything about it because it kind of defeats the purpose of him being there. He wouldn't say anything, and therefore Sora would just be like, "I'm telling the truth." And
I think it's less that and more just he wouldn't talk about it because he's like, I cannot believe that fucking happened, man.
If Ethel confirms, you can never know because Ethel always talks like weird and random shit as well, and Yuri hasn't seen it much either because he was busy
Yeah.
doing the other things. It's kind of like nobody can confirm.
And then he'd be like,
Someone
well,
knows how to-
Ethel did cut someone in half, so I feel like maybe
She got multiple people in half.
Yeah, it's very
Yeah, true. That's
crazy.
it's a little
Girl
scary.
was just a little snippy, you know. She had a little bit of a she was on her period, okay.
She's like 60 something.
Oh, that doesn't mean that she's. I mean, yeah, menopause. Menopause is so much
Menopause
worse.
is hitting
can last for
hard.
years. I'm gonna DM Mark. Is Ethel menopausal? Is Ethel?
So she has like hot flushes as well. She's got her CPAP machine, hot flushes, mood swings.
Key info. Please tell me ASAP. You know what he's gonna do? He's gonna roll over in his fucking bed, look at my message, and then just roll right back over. He's not even gonna reply. Freak. Love
He's
him.
even online.
He came online when I messaged him. So, well, he came on Idle when I messaged him.
Damn. Yeah, fun session.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hope you all had a good
Yeah.
Look
time.
forward to the next one.
Right, thank you.
See.
Hopefully for the next one I'll have a new computer as well.
What's
Ooh.
that?
Ooh.
I splashed out, spent $1,000 on a whole new PC, and it should be ready this week. It's been the
so nice.
longest week of my life though, waiting for this shit.
I bet.
And Moulin Rouge, bitch.
And Moulin Rouge.
Don't forget Moulin Rouge. I will actually cry.
I mean, regardless, it's been a long week. It has
Yeah,
been
that's so real.
so long. And then I have to wake up at 8 a.m. to fucking today. Like, oh yeah, I got filming to do. I could have lied. And not gone.
Yeah, you could have said, hey, one of my friends got really sick and begged me to take care of her, so I did. I would totally lie for you.
My lie would have just been, oh, I'm going home. Womp womp. And then just not have
Womp
actually gone
womp.
home. It makes sense. It's Easter break now. And they told me that
Yeah.
Friday yesterday, like before it started. I'm like, I'm actually going home tonight. Makes total sense. But I didn't. I'm a good group member. I pulled my weight. I helped out. I've got the footage on my laptop. Hopefully that means I'll get a good grade and never have to
Yeah,
do
that
this
was a
shit
whole
again.
lot of I found out what I'm gonna do for my dissertation. My
Ooh.
30,000 words. Yeah.
30,000!
Yeah,
My
that's
worst nightmare.
um
Thank God.
yeah, that's for the first 3 years, and then I'm gonna do a 60,000 dissertation from my masters, and then an 80,000 one for my PhD.
Jesus Christ. That is
Yeah.
a lot of words.
That's a
More
lot
than
of
I know.
words, man.
But you got to consider that is maybe like 40 hours of work for me, which doesn't seem like a lot, does it? So.
Wait,
Well, that's like the standard
hours,
work week is like 40 hours. So
Yeah, so it's like 1 week of back-to-back writing non-stop. So, although that's like
over like 4
literally
years.
impossible. Yeah, basically. Well, no, it's a year. It's a year. You've got a year to do it, I think. I think it's
Okay.
all of third year you've got to do it. So.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I see what you mean now.
Yeah, but I'm starting this year because I found what I want to do, and it's like a really good idea.
What is it even? You just say dissertation. Like, what actually is?
Basically, it's your final project. So
Yeah, but like, what's the brief? Like, what exactly are you writing about? What's the topic?
I'm going to be. You don't get one. Basically, it's like a self-initiated study.
Is it a report or like?
No. It's not like an essay or anything. It's you can write about anything you want. So some people will go into journalism and write articles, and some people will do blah 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 blah. I'm going to be writing a novella, which is it's like a book chapter with chapters and shit. And every chapter is going to give the reader a different emotion, and throughout the book you'll experience the emotion of the character, and you'll grow to hate them, then love them, and it's My lecturer
Nice.
was
Sounds
like,
really fun.
yeah, my lecturer
I
was
don't,
like,
I don't
you
want
should do
to
that.
interrupt, but I'm gonna go because it's really, really late. So
Yeah, no worries.
I'm gonna go too because my back is killing me. It's really, really fucking killing me, and I need to lie down. I'm not actually that tired, so I'm probably just gonna be lying down, just doom scrolling.
I'll talk to you soon.
Good night.
Send me
Bye bye,
TikToks.
guys. Take care.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye bye. That's
Oh my
fast.
god. But yeah, everyone
Yeah.
didn't even say bye, he just left.
I think he took that as a sign that everyone was
Yeah.
going. Oh.
Yeah.
Everyone's got
Yeah, so
things to do.
it's a big
Mm.
big thing. I'm gonna start it now. I'm not gonna tell my professors that I'm starting it now, but I'm gonna start it now so that when I get to year 3 I can literally do fuck all. Um, so that I have like a ton of work done already.
I assume you'd start it now, and then the more things you learn, you can always tweak it and keep tweaking it.
Yeah,
For the
exactly,
3 years, yeah.
precisely. And then it would be ready to publish, which is great.
See, I would do that for my
So-
grad film. However, we actually aren't allowed to use any equipment apart from what we're given at the start. And, well, as I found out today from the camera nerd who is our film guy, which, you can't ask for a better person who does cameras. Apparently, we have been given very shit cameras, all things considered. Or at least shitty equipment in general.
That's not good. Annoying.
I'm glad I didn't pick cinematography from the way he was talking, because I realised how out of my depth I am with that field.
Oh,
They were
no.
talking about all these different camera builds and it's like, oh, the FX blank and oh yeah, we get this lens, we get this aperture, and I was like, oh my god, these are so many words. So I'm very glad I'm choosing to go into post, because post is definitely where I'm suited for.
Mhm.
I don't really give a shit about cameras. All I give a shit about is the image afterwards.
Yeah. No, I see you. I
Oh,
wouldn't
boing, boing.
know where to start. I would not know where to start.
God.
I'd be like, hello?
Yeah.
Like
It was cool. We were literally in the radio studio while they were
oh.
doing a broadcast.
Yeah, I've done a broadcast it
hmm,
on it wasn't BBC, it
why
was the
is
Times
this come
Radio.
back on?
Yeah. I was on Times Radio. No, I wasn't. I was in their studio and I recorded something for
Hmm.
the thing. It was great.
Ow. My computer just gone black for no reason. That's not
I
good.
know.
Replug a plug.
It heard you say that
Getting a new one,
you're
yeah.
getting a new one and
Well, I
it's
mean,
like
it
fuck
would
this.
definitely know, because considering I bought it on it, so
It was like fuck this. It's now
there we go.
now is not gonna work.
I used to do that. I hadn't done that in ages, actually. The screen would just go black after I replug a little wire in the back of it for it to come back on.
Oh.
But yeah, no, we got footage. It was so awkward because the camera guy, and it's only 3 of us because one of them slept in and the other one's just not going to show up because he's not here for the project at all.
Mhm.
But 3 of us were recording. Well, the camera guy, the main radio guy in our group who is doing all of it, and then me. And the camera guy left towards the end, and I was still downloading all the footage onto my laptop. And it took like 20 minutes. So I was just sat there in the radio studio awkwardly for like 20 minutes. I talked to them a bit, but it was very just sat in a corner waiting for it to download. It was so fucking. Ugh.
Yeah, that sucks.
Ugh. Nah, it wasn't too bad. But it also was long.
Sam met Luna, and he turned to me and was like, "Is she
I
drunk?"
remember. Yeah, no.
She stumbles everywhere.
I have a little lore update for you as well. Actually, I realised I haven't even told you this happened yet.
Oh my god.
So I remember I said I'd given up on Leo, the girl.
Mhm.
Well, I had, and then I got a message from her, and I was like, no. And I still sort of have. This isn't like a me suddenly being like,
Mhm.
good signs. But when last time I had messaged her, I basically just said, oh, next time you guys do inviting people to 503 Among Us or whatever, because that's the one that I'd missed.
Mhm.
I said, oh, you could, I'll be down to come and stuff, and she was like, yeah, I'll invite you and stuff. And I can't remember what night it was, but this week I got that invite out of literally nowhere. It was like 9 p.m. Thursday, and I just suddenly got the message. I was like, oh god.
Mm.
So I went and I played Among Us with 503, and it was alright. But mainly what I wanted to say was talking about Luna. In 503, they have a hit list on their wall, like a piece of paper that has a bunch of names on it. The second name is Luna, and I mentioned it. I was like, I see you guys are also Luna haters, and they all went on a massive rant about how much they dislike Luna. They've got one of their bowls, one of Luna's bowls because Luna's been to 503 and then was like a massive pain in the ass there. So they just they left the bowl and then 503 just sort of kept it, and now every time they ask for it back, they just blank it. Which I don't know if that's good or bad, but it's kind of funny. So whatever.
That's hilarious. I love that for
It
them.
is. But they were going on a massive run, like, oh my god, they're just so annoying. I was like, I'm glad because I know multiple people who also dislike Luna heavily, so I'm in
Yeah,
similar
she's a
like-minded company.
bitch. Like it's
Honestly,
like
the worst.
she's the worst type of person. I'm not gonna lie
Mm,
to you. Like she comes late all the fucking time. Like she's
yeah,
always fucking late. And I even told Sam, I was like, if she comes early, I'm gonna be so surprised. So don't. He was like eagerly waiting to see like
yeah,
to meet like my friends and to see Luna in action because he obviously didn't believe me as much as like
yeah.
someone who's met her has, and he turns to me slowly, eyes wide, and goes, "Is she drunk?" And I'm like, "No, that's just how she
This
acts."
is just the state she's perpetually in.
Mhm.
The worst type of state.
Mhm.
Ugh. But yeah, no, it was very funny. I I messaged James when I went to 503. And that was because he's been my sort of wingman liaison for whenever shit like that happens. I've messaged him decent amount. And was it? Oh yeah, I was like, I'm gonna listen out for whatever's going on with Leo. Just get a vibe. And I didn't hear much apart from just some guy's name being mentioned, like meeting at the library tomorrow. But that was like it. But even then, I don't even know why I'm bothering. It's way too late to even bother with anything, considering in a couple of weeks it'll be summer and then won't be in the same building anymore. So,
Mhm.
but yeah, no, it was fun though. I'm glad I went because it was actually a really fun time. I got imposter like 3 times in a row at the very start on the first 3 rounds I played when I got there. And I was so mad.
I bet that's so
And they
stressful.
played on Mirror HQ, like the worst map. I don't know it, so I was just working with scraps.
Oh, Mirror is hard as fuck. You're on
Huh?
Mirror, that's crazy. Mirror is really hard. Just in general.
Oh
Mirror is a
yes,
very
yeah.
hard map.
Oh yeah, it's fucking. I didn't like it. I don't like it. And then we played Airship once, and everyone was like, "This is pants." Then we moved to Polus, and Polus is decent. Although for some reason they turned the player speed up to maximum, so we were just like bouncing
Walking
around.
around, yeah.
Yeah, it was great. That was good. It was so awkward though because they some of them, Leo included, were going to go to the beach afterwards, and I wasn't. I was in this weird state where I was between not wanting to leave super quickly and be like awkward with it, but also not hang around and like look like I'm being like, please invite me to the beach. I would have gone if they had. Don't get me wrong, but I also didn't want to self-invite. So I sort of hung around while they were sorting shit out, and I was talking to some of them. And then when everyone like went to their rooms to grab stuff and then go, I just like, oh, I'll head back,
Have
and
you
it
heard
worked out.
like have you have you overheard conversations of people talking about like hardcore drugs and doing that shit?
What the fuck? What? Where's this come from? I don't think so. Mainly just weed.
Yeah, okay.
Why?
You know the guy that I'm sleeping with?
Right? Yeah.
The 6'5"
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
We get. Yep. 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 Moving on quickly. No, I'm joking. No, but yeah,
um
continue.
well, I saw him, right? And I was in the elevator with him and his friend, and it was like Friday, right?
Mhm.
And they were talking about their weekend, and I was like, "Oh, I hope you guys have fun, blah blah blah." And then they started talking about what they were gonna get, and I knew that he did some hardcore drugs. I didn't
Oh,
realize what hardcore drugs that he did. I thought he maybe did like pills.
vent. No, I'm just saying.
No, but
It's
he
not even.
does like they were talking about getting like actually getting like cat and coke, like genuinely.
Yeah. Yeah, it's uni life for you.
And I was just like,
Damn. right?
Okay. That's
Just openly
crazy.
talking about that in an elevator with someone, but yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, shit, okay, well.
Did that change how you thought about the guy at all? Was it like,
I
oh,
mean, I
them?
already kind of knew that he was. I mean, he wasn't hiding it from me. It was just I didn't ask
Just that
what
that came up,
specific
yeah.
drugs, but it was kind of just like, okay, because me personally, that shit's whack. Like,
Oh, yeah.
why are you doing that? Like, why are you doing that? Like, I can accept you drinking heavily, sure, but like hardcore fucking cocaine and
Yeah.
ketamine? Are you
You're
fucking
fucking your life up
serious?
very much.
That's not funny, ha ha, let's get high. That shit,
Very
people
bad.
die on that shit. It
Yeah.
takes a milligram to die on that shit. And you're just casually doing it. That's I don't know.
Yeah. Nah. Not much you can really do though if they're
Yeah, no,
drinking it like
I'm
that,
like,
so
listen, if it makes you happy, you do what you want to do. I'm not doing that ever, so never ask me
yeah.
ever.
Yeah.
I might trip sit you. I don't mind. I don't mind trip sitting, but I'm not touching that shit. You can fuck off. And he was like, yeah, no,
Mm,
absolutely. I'd never pressure you into doing anything you don't want to do. Because I talked to him about it yesterday, because we met up,
yeah.
and I was just like, listen, that's not me. I'm not that type of bitch. Like, you can have fun. I don't care. I don't give a shit what you do because I'm not dating you. You're not my boyfriend. But like,
Yeah.
like I'm not doing that. Absolutely not.
Mm.
And he was like, yeah, no, I wasn't expecting you to do anything anyway. And I was like, good, because that's
I was
whack.
gonna say if any other response, big red flag, but that's chill. If it just does what he
Yeah,
wants, that's just fair.
yeah, yeah.
Mm, mm,
I'm
mm,
just like,
mm.
even with alcohol, I'm like, if you can't have fun without drinking fucking alcohol, you're not a very fun person, are you? So
Mhm.
that's just my view on it. And I don't know, like his friend called him when he was here, and like he was being really loud on the phone because obviously he'd come over instead of going to see them, and his friend was mad about that.
Yeah.
And like he was like, "Oh, bro, the dude's got the 2 grams of cat like that. That's fucking a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot of ketamine. Um,
Jesus Christ.
like you don't get through that in a weekend." And they were like, "Oh, it's blah blah blah. So and so's like last day here. Let's get fucked." Like, what the fuck,
Mm.
brother? I don't understand. Oh,
I
it
don't think.
just
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not
It's stupid.
unless he is like I'm not doing that anymore. Full stop. Ever again. I would not date him.
Yeah. No. I was
No,
gonna say
that's
that's
too much
probably.
for me. I'm not no, I'm not that type of person. I'm sorry.
Mm.
Like I don't mind weed, love getting high, have fun with that. You can do as much as of that as you want. You can I don't like drinking that much either because I don't do it. So like it's but like if you want to do that in your own company, then you be you Pookie. Um, but nah, nah, not that stuff. No.
Mm.
Like I was talking to my mum about it today, and she was like, just you don't do it. And I was like, babe, you know me. And she was like, yeah, you're not doing that. She was like, I have full faith in you that you ain't touching that shit. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to because it's fucking dumb. It's so
Mm.
dumb. It's
Same
so
for my
dumb.
parents. No, they just have full faith that I won't, but for very much. Bro won't eat a chocolate bar. Bro is not doing Fent. Like it's just common logic. So
Yeah.
yeah, no, I would never dream of doing that shit.
No, I didn't. No, I couldn't. I'm sorry. It's not even. No.
Yeah.
It's really stupid, especially because one of my mum's friends, that's what she overdosed on, was taking a pill of ketamine, like it was crushed and like condensed. Um and she took two, and then she overdosed and died
Jesus.
immediately. Like she was on her vacation, she was in like a park. I can't remember what it was. I don't think it was Thorpe Park, but it was like a big park like that. Like something like that. It's like a adventure park.
Alton Towers, Chessington.
Maybe yeah,
Well,
something like
probably not
that.
Chessington. I hope not Chessington. That's like a children's one, bro.
Yeah, well,
Morally could guess that.
one of those, and
Mm.
she was with a friend and her friend's kids, and then when the friend went to check on her in the morning, she was dead.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yep.
Yeah, that's mortifying.
Yeah. That's someone who's she's done it all her life, and she's never had any problems ever, and because she thought she could
Mm.
handle 2 pills instead of one, she died and ruined a good
Yeah.
holiday. How dare she?
I mean, yeah.
I just think it's so stupid. I'm really sorry. It gets me really annoyed. I just
No,
think
it's
it's really,
fine.
really fucking dumb. And I wanted to tell him this, but I was just like, listen, it's your life. I'm not. We're in this situationship. I'm not dating you. I'm not gonna control what you do. But personally, not for me.
Mm. Yeah, no, I wouldn't really want to associate anyone who did like anything hard like that. I mean, I obviously being nice to them and sort of being acquaintances is chill, but I would never like
Mhm.
choose to hang out with someone like that. Obviously, people drinking is different. Drinking's
Yeah,
more
drinking's
widely
fine.
accepted and whatever, but
Yeah.
and weed. I mean, I don't like the smell of weed, so I wouldn't anyways. But it's not from a judgmental point of view. It's more just a
Yeah.
preference. Like, yeah, that
Yeah, that's why
smells
that's
weird.
why I don't really like it either. I don't really like this. That's why I
Mm,
have edibles. Like I'm not gonna invite you if
yeah,
I'm smoking. Like if I smoke, it will be away from like the hangout area so that you don't have to
yeah,
smell it.
no, that's fine.
Yeah.
Same thing with those pills. But yeah, those like sort of that area of I wouldn't say light, but you know, the more
Mhm.
I don't know accessible stuff, I guess.
Mhm.
But anything more than that, and I'm staying far away because that shit is just trouble. Full stop.
Yeah.
I mean, I barely even like hanging out with people who are drunk, anyways.
Yeah,
Like
me
half the
too.
time,
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like it's
it feels like you're talking to a child half the time, or you're just like, it is just not. It's just not.
yeah, I don't like it either, don't worry. It
Mm,
feels weird. I just if I'm high, I'm fine. Like if I'm also like if I'm chilling, I'm happy to hang around with drunk people. But if I'm not, then it just feels kind of like
mm.
left out.
You can say that again. Ugh.
But like he does like mushrooms as well, and he was like, "Oh, if I'm going out, it's like coke or cat, and like MDMA and shit like that. And
Damn.
then if it's like, oh, we're chilling out, it'll be like mushrooms or weed. And I'm like, that's fucking insane. Like I don't. Oh.
Mm. Ellis was into that stuff for a while. Ellis, that's in the other server
Mhm.
at the moment, actually. But there was a good long time where he was pretty into that. I think it was last year, really, during like just before summer. And
Mhm.
that's why we stopped talking to him for like a year because he just that's all he would talk about. He'd come on and be like, "Oh yeah, bro, I'm doing this pill like next weekend." And he always talk about like, "No, we're doing it safely because we regulate it like this." But I don't give a shit, man.
No.
Like you can do it, but just don't talk to us about it like it's your only personality trait. And to be fair, he has
Mhm.
very much changed, and I'm proud of him for doing
Mhm.
that.
Yeah.
It's very
Good for him.
respectable.
Mhm.
He experimented. He did it. Obviously, we didn't want to associate and just listen to drug talk all the time, which is why. I mean, it
Mhm.
wasn't like a "fuck you, we don't want to talk to you anymore." It was more just a
Yeah. No, I
distance.
know.
I think he
Yeah.
got that. But now he's back and he's a fairly chill guy now. He's got his work. He's got a girlfriend. He's
Mhm.
just doing his stuff.
That's good. I'm really
Mm,
proud of him.
yeah, I'm proud. I was more proud of him when he told Liver that he'd never given weed, and I was like, thank God. If Liver gets weed, Liver will become the most useless human being on the planet. He's already close to that, as is, bro. He is the dumbest fucking person on them. To be fair, I had a good time with him yesterday. We were playing like some old fucking game. I couldn't even tell you what it's called, but you would know it if you saw it. But
Mhm.
also, just random fucking name. But he's nice to hang out with in those situations. But also, he is so dumb.
Mhm.
Both like, oh, is it? Oh yeah, they've been playing PUBG for like 2 weeks.
Mhm.
And yesterday he was like, "What's the game called again?" And I was like, "What, PUBG?" He was like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." And we were like, "Did you forget the name of like the game you've been playing for 2 weeks?" He was like, "Yeah." I'm like, brother, what's wrong with you? And he's like, no, it's not that deep. I'm like, yes, it is. That's like common fucking memory. That's not even like a hidden detail or anything. That's literally what you've been doing for the last like month.
It's literally the name of the game, bro.
The name of the game you've been fucking locked in on, and you forgot it. Stupid
true.
guy. And don't get me started on all the fucking stupid. What the fuck is going on outside?
Yeah, I
You
can
know,
hear
I'm
that.
it's like chanting.
Yeah. Did I tell you the updated tea with my roommate?
Oh no, I didn't. I didn't hear it.
About
Actually, yeah,
you'll
well,
you'll
you
see.
were going to tell me for repo, but then I think we both
Yeah.
forgot. So
Yeah. So basically, I was in the kitchen making some rice.
I'm gonna munch while you do this, but I'm
Yeah, that's
listening.
fine. And Lucy entered with one of her friends, and I was like making casual conversation as I waited for my rice to cook, like looking at the time, like please hurry up, please hurry up, please hurry up. And she was like, I was like, oh, so who cleaned the kitchen then? Because it's clean, right? And she was like, oh, Archie and Iran. And I was like, oh, that's good. And she was like, yeah, we kind of all talked about it, and we realized that you were right about
Wait,
making
what the
them
fuck?
clean up. Yeah.
Fucking finally.
Yeah, she was like, I'm really sorry. We all kind of realized that we shouldn't have had a go at you. And like that you were right about like people cleaning up their own messes.
Damn. W.
Yeah. Yeah. And I was just like, yeah. I knew I was right, so it was fine.
Yeah.
like I
You can
was
respect. At least you can respect the character growth.
Yeah. Yeah. Better than nothing.
So less beef now. I found it.
I mean, towards the end of the year. Jesus.
What the fuck?
Hasn't been that bad. I understand that there is a lot worse. There has been a lot worse out there. Like a lot of people have dealt with a lot worse than I have.
But yeah.
I went to Gunwolf today.
Oh, what'd you go
Yeah,
for?
with Mummykins.
Oh, right,
Nothing.
of course.
Yeah. She
Yeah.
came down. She bought me a Burger King with her girlfriend. Her girlfriend got out of the car to give me a hug when she didn't need to. It was so sweet.
Oh,
I like her a lot. And she did it on the when she got back as well. She climbed out and gave me a hug.
I was gonna say improvement from you know who, but then I
Oh
realized
yeah.
any other human being on the planet is
Yeah.
improvement from you know who. So, you
Literally.
know.
Oh, update on that as well,
Oh.
right? So my mum's little brother, okay, youngest of the group, he was on our side, right? My favorite uncle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He got a message, right, from my
Oh no.
fucking cousin, Caitlin, right, that basically said if he wanted to come visit his mum, my gran, okay, that he would have to do it while she's there.
Fucking Christ.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Barring access to your own family is literally the most crazy thing I can think of.
Yeah, that's fucking mental.
Jesus.
And also, she's such a selfish prat, right? Not only has she got like the big room in Grand's, which is understandable, like that's fine. She's also got her own bedroom at her her parents' house, by the way, but she's using it as like an office space, which is fine, good for her. Make your business grow, whatever. But she's also using the little room, which had 2 beds in it, so that people can't come up and stay. They have to wait and tell her that they're coming up so that she can leave.
Mm.
Like what fucking inconsiderate little cunt. I hate people. Officially.
Mm.
The thing is, I'm kind of hungry, but I've eaten a lot today, and like I don't.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? I mean, you don't, but like you can see what I mean.
Assume I can.
Okay, it's like
Oh,
I had something early today, and then I went and had 20 chicken nuggets at Burger King, and now I'm hungry again.
you got Burger King? Have anything there?
Huh?
You chose. Wait, you're talking about the Burger King at Gunwolf, right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, bro, but that's an L choice. There are so many other options.
I know. There was I wanted Wagamama's, but Burger King's a lot cheaper. So.
Yeah, that's true. But
And it
I've
was
only
my
had
mum
Burger
that
King
was
like
paying.
once, and the chicken and chips were like arse. I was like, hell no! Give me some
Yeah.
KFC, give me some McDonald's, give me anything else.
Yeah, literally. But there was no McDonald's there. Even though like they were like, oh, we're going to McDonald's, and I was like, yippee 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 yippee. And then they were driving, and I realized that we were going to Gunwolf, and I was like, there's not a McDonald's in Gunwolf, and they were like, really? And I was like, yeah, there's a Burger King there. So.
Yeah. Long. Me personally, I wouldn't take it. Oh yeah, I did a very smart thing, and I added all the times of the trains and the show and stuff onto my actual calendar
Awesome.
instead of like having them elsewhere. So
I just remember stuff like that. I'm not gonna lie to you. If it's important, I remember it.
what time is the train? What time does it arrive?
It arrives at 11.
No, it leaves at 11.
Okay. And in my brain, that goes. Oh my god, Mark just replied to me about Ethel being.
I heard that. I heard the emoji.
Do you want? Oh my god, Luca. I've been recording the thing the whole time. Our whole conversation.
My munching is on record.
I've been recording the whole fucking conversation. Holy fuck.